knee replacement into my 5th week from surgery, and well, it's a work in progress. One thing about something like knee surgery is in today's time you get a timeline as to what you can expect as the weeks go by. So it would say that 6 to 8 weeks you should be returning to some type of normality. So you build expectations into how this should repair, how it should get better. But this factors in expectations, and I want to talk a little bit about expectations today, because expectations are something that you don't set and leave. They have to be monitored and modified, because they're not dreams and they're not wishes. Dreams and wishes, in my understanding, are goals. They're something that we aim at to, and you might be able to do it and you might not. For example, a wish might be is I want to climb Mount Everest. Now, I might be 25 kilos overweight and, in the 60s, at my age, and the reality is I wish that I could do it, or I dream that I could do it, but the reality is I probably can't do it. Expectations have a reality based on evidence built in to what you expect will happen. So with something like my knee, I have this timeline, and that gives you an indicator of how I go, but I have my own expectations about how this knee is going to get better. And it's a good example, I think, because the last couple of days it's been hard work. I've had a good run and felt like I was sort of ahead of what my expectations were, and what I was told is probably the way that it's travelling, how it's travelling. But it's been sore the last couple of days. And this is what I'm talking about, how you have to modify and monitor expectations. You can't set an expectation and leave it alone, because we know, when we've heard the saying of your expectations were too high or your expectations were too low. Expectations have to run on a scale that you move, and they're probably got to be looked at daily, because the problem with setting too high expectations is you're going to be disappointed. Setting low is you're not going to achieve the things that you want to achieve. And the worst case would be of like having an expectation as a fulfilled prophecy. Well, it's none of those things. What an expectation is looking at the facts that give you a belief, and a belief's an important part of an expectation, that you can achieve what you want. And my knee is a great example of some day it's good and other days it's not up to scratch. It's not where I would want to be. But just like a finance company, they budget bad debt into their financial year, their fiscal earnings. They know that 10% of people are going to fail on their loans, and that's budgeted in. And we need to budget in the fact that days we're not going to be maybe able to get near the expectations that we have for our life, or the accomplishments that we're trying to achieve. So it's a sliding scale, expectations. And it slides between what is you think is the greatest thing that you want to achieve, next to what is the reality of what I'm going to achieve, and you move it and monitor it. It takes daily focus to look at where that scale sits. Great thing is you get to set it. The reality part of an expectation is that you have to take in consequences of what you give and what you put in. Is it achievable today, or is it something that's longer term? We can't live without expectations, but we can have negative thoughts about expectations, and we can have over thinking about expectations. The only way for expectations, I feel, for us to work for us is we have to build in a modified and a monitoring system daily, and that's got to be based in reality. Continue to have your dreams and wishes and belief that you can accomplish this is going to take you miles further than you ever thought that you would do, and belief is a big part of expectations. So set your beliefs, be realistic about what you can achieve and when you can achieve it, and most of all, don't give up. Be positive about the expectation of something that you have implemented into your life to make life better for you. For me, I'm going to get back to a little bit more exercising and try and get a handle on where my expectation is today about this pretty sore knee. My name's Mark Beaton, and this is For the Men's Well. Please follow us on Facebook and on our YouTube channel. Bye. See you soon.